What's up, y'all? If you're in America, happy National Nacho Day to you. I believe the day I upload this will be National Nacho Day, which I didn't know until mere seconds ago. Honestly, it's blowing my mind right now. It's completely boggled. I ordered this and I was just doing a little Wikipedia search and I found that out. And then while this food was on its way, which is just insane to me. But I got 2 orders of nachos. It cost me $17 total. Not too bad. Let me do a quick setup for this video. There's this burrito spot in Seoul. It's pretty popular. I used to really like their burritos. These days, not so much, but I do still respect the spot. They have nachos on their menu that I tried for the first time probably a couple months ago. I liked them a lot, so I kept ordering them, and I've ordered them a few times since, and like I said, really like them. They're called Carnitas Nachos. This is one order, and in this bag is the chips. The toppings, though, are in this container, so they're separate from the chips. And let me just show you what those are looking like right now. Pop the top, and here we go. Here's the slop. That's like what I like to call it. It doesn't look very pretty, but let me tell you. Let me give you a little tour through this, what I'm working with. As you can see, we have a topping of some white shredded cheese. We have tomatoes, we have sour cream. It's maybe a little bit of a pico de gallo action. So we have red onions and a bit of cilantro. Here are the carnitas underneath. And you know what? I guess that's about it. And here are the chips. Now, the whole point of this video is that I've been having this debate with myself a lot lately, basically. And that is it's about the nature of nachos. Personally, the way I've been consuming these is to just take the chip and dip it into the toppings and eat it like a chips and dip. But is that still nachos, or does that turn into chips and dip? And if it is just chips and dip, just by simply pouring these toppings over the chips, does that automatically change them into a completely different food? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to settle a score here with myself. Try to get down to the bottom of it. I'm gonna be eating this over here in the style of nachos, and I'm gonna be eating this one. You know what? Let me mix this up, just because you can't really see anything. It's just the white cheese, which is unmelted for some reason, which is fine with me. So what I do literally is I mix it up like this and eat it like a chips and dip. And you're getting basically the same eating experience. I don't know if I'm making much sense right now, but basically this whole video was an excuse to eat these. Let me take a bite. First with the, just the chips and dip style. All right, for one, chip cracking. Delicious. That's a strike. That's a demerit for the chips and dip style. It's so good though, so simple. So I didn't think about this really in depth last time I ate these. Crack-a-lackin'. My golly. Let me try to switch these sides here. I know a lot of you guys are probably screaming like, dude, the nachos, pop those in the oven, man. Well, my oven broke and I haven't got a new one. I'm not sure if I'm going to. But also, this is how they were delivered without any specific instructions. You know, I guess it's more specific to delivery nachos than to homemade nachos, but still, even with homemade nachos, oh man, you see it all the time. Like, you have to be careful on how you layer it, and you have to do a layer of chips and then dip so every chip gets covered. I mean, when you're eating it with chips and dip style, every chip's gonna get covered regardless. Or not covered, but you're gonna get a little bit of what you're looking for in each bite. You know what I'm saying? I realize I haven't even touched this yet, so let me try to go in for a bite. I'm gonna try to take a chip. Pretty easy. Pretty easy there. This one, not so much. And you're getting these where you pick it out and it's gonna be dead. I will give presentation to nachos 99% of the time. I feel like if you did a good presentation of chips and dip with the chips like around in a circle, you could probably do it real nice. But sometimes the dip you do looking crazy, but it's just fire. You know what I'm saying? Like this. That doesn't look good, but it is good. And I've seen other dips that you're like, oh, that looks sus. But then you try it and you're like, oh, that's good. Nachos will always look more impressive though, I feel like. Again, cooking them, I guess it depends on your cooking method, but I feel like the last time I had homemade nachos was I went to my homie's crib and he cooked some up. And we ate them in the form like this, like the form of chips and dip. So technically not nachos, according to this Wikipedia page right here. I don't know, man. You can't even see nothing, man. Hold on. I was actually gonna do a different video today, but right when I was gonna order, sold out on some bogus. And I guess nachos can get soggy as well through delivery or even without delivery, although these are not getting soggy whatsoever. But if they were layered properly and then delivered to me, would they potentially be more soggy? With chips and dip, you'll never have that problem. One thing that really grinds my gears about nachos, getting my fingers dirty, which, yeah, nah, that doesn't really grind my gears, but if I could avoid it, I would choose to. I mean, if you could have the same flavor, essentially the same thing, except one you get your hands dirty, but the other one you don't, I mean, what are you choosing? What I'm trying to say is, like, are nachos just chips and dip with the dip over the chips and the, you know, like ketchup and fries. You can do the old school method of pouring your ketchup all over the fries and then picking them out and eating them like that, but I don't know if that's the best maneuver. Same with cheese fries. Sometimes I just take my fries and dip them in the cheese instead of pouring the whole thing. Well, I mean, you can use a fork, I guess, but with nachos, you can't be using a fork. Basically, what I'm wondering is if you got this delivered to your doorstep, how would you eat it? That's the question I'm looking for. And the answer that I'm looking for. And honestly, right now, I'm still a little bit torn. All right, noticing something here. Pretty much out of the dip. That would grind my gears. I'm out of dip. With like 6 chips. Which surprised me that I still have dip or the toppings. Sorry, for these nachos with about the same amount of chips. I thought I would run out of toppings faster with this than with this. Maybe. There's just different amounts of chips in these 2 bags. Again, not scientific. They were pretty even, they were pretty close. There was no clear winner. Kind of leaning toward the dip. Just like, say I'm on the couch. If you're eating nachos and then you have to like click on something or, you know, pause the whatever you're watching. I'm just like, well, your high probability that your fingers will be more dirty than they would be if you're just dipping. I'm gonna lean toward the dip method in this case, and most delivery cases. So what y'all think, man? I'll tell you what, honestly, I don't know the last time I've been this flabbergasted with a food phenomenon like this, so I still don't really know what to think about it. But let me know. Thanks for watching. Catch you on this video. Peace.